Right, we're live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Let's go. What placement am I on? I'm currently on elderly rotation. Had my first placement today. It was well good. Band 1.7 band 4 you cooked. Yeah, probably. Few unis you can apply to, but in general, if anyone wants to chat on YouTube live, come join it. Bio with Bryn on YouTube. Come join the live. What's good? What's good? Join the YouTube live, guys. We're live on YouTube. Bio with Bryn. Let's get some people. I want to do some chats today. Let's get some people on the YouTube. That's what we want to see. Bio with Bryn on YouTube. Anki usage. Make your own questions. If you're a medic student on Anki, you're going to make your own questions. High yield things, that things that always come up, just make your own questions. Embryology, yeah, is so difficult. Embryology is the hardest thing going. Never comes up though in exams. So for me, it doesn't anyway. Ruben, I got back to your message, bro. Consider Cambridge is something to consider, but I'd put it down, but just put some safe unis down as well, my guy. If anyone wants to chat live on YouTube, I am live. Bio with Bryn on YouTube as well. Come join the live if you want to have chats. No worry, Ruben, bro. No worries. I just wouldn't apply to med school. So you have a few options. You can apply to abroad if you've done really well on the UCAT. You can resit, like do it next year, or you can do a postgrad option and apply to medicine afterwards. Is what worth it, Ruben? Is the live stream worth it? 100%. Let's get on the live stream, guys. Live on YouTube. Bio with Bryn. Anyone could join. Anyone can chat. 7s and 6s, 100% you can get to UCO with that. 2, 3, 4, 8, really good UCAT, man. Well done. Go to UCAT even. If you really only assess what's on the slides, then the high yield things on the slides. So, like, let's say you're doing a lecture, I don't know, on the ear, and like mastoiditis comes up, make a question on it and say, like, so questions would be multiple choice at med school generally. So, make a question like, patient X presents with this, this, and this. They have they have like swelling behind the mastoid area. What's the most likely diagnosis? And then put like otitis externa, otitis media, otitis interna, otitis or mastoiditis, or like perforated tympanic membrane. Put like 5 answers that can be the answer, and that way it gets you thinking as well of why it's not the answer. That's what you should be studying for med school. But yeah, focus on the lecture slide, sure thing. I did biology, chemistry, and psychology. Do not revise everything at med school. You don't need to revise the things that come up on the exams. You do like a non-marked exam as well, so you can just revise. You know what comes up on the exams. You do not need to revise everything. Like I never revised anatomy ever, and I got a very very good grade at the end of second year. Depends what revision methods you're using. Get out of medicine while you can. Yeah, I was at Fisher Moore. Yep, yep. Guys, let's get on the live stream on YouTube. One-on-one chats together. Anyone can join. There's no free apps for practicing the UCAT. No, I would say just buy the apps. Yeah. With vet med, the key thing, Poppy, is you got to get as much work experience as you can. It's got to be a minimum of 7 weeks. So you got to do basically get work experience is the key thing. Because bro, and so like you don't need to revise like things like well, I mean, I never revised things like anatomy because I mean I got top 10% in my year in second year and I never touched anatomy because it comes up like in 10% of cases it comes up. So in 5% of the cases I can use my brain and probably get it right. And then in the other 5% I'll just lose the marks. I'd rather because anatomy is so broad, I'd rather spend the time studying elsewhere. I used Medify for my UCAT. Riskiest units I'd apply to. To be honest, I would apply for all safe with this. I'd apply for 1 ambitious and 3 safe. Let's get some people on the YouTube live as well. Bio with Bryn, link in bio. Let's get some people on the lives. I'm live Monday, Thursdays, and Wednesdays. So I'll do Wednesdays as well. Volunteer in the STEM Club for Children, really good. You got teaching there. If you want to book on Element Tutors, go on to Medicine Help and then book through there. I got A star, A star, A in my A levels. Well, my medical school assess anatomy in 10% of the exam, so that's not that much. Med schools could be different though. Like that was 10% of my exam, but it could be different for you. But like clinical anatomy is kind of rare. So like some anatomy does matter a lot though. Biochem econ, yeah, sick combo. Anyone want to chat on live? We are on YouTube right now as well. Bio with Bryn on YouTube. No, I didn't always really want to do medicine, to be honest. I wanted to do it when I was like year 12. So I got all my stuff I needed then. Hello, Anthony, bro. Is biochem French a good combo? Yeah, it's a good combo. Completely fine. I can't tell him what uni I go to, man, but I'm sure he could probably find out. Let's join the live, guys. We're live on YouTube. I suppose it's worth it. Generally, Cambridge UCAT, you need the highest ones though. So you can try it and they'll probably say yeah, but in my opinion, it's a waste of an application. Yep, it's worth applying to medicine as a home student. For that, you need to go for really low unis though. I've made a video on the UCAT unis you need to go for. So watch that. Biology and chemistry both just past paper questions only. I applied for Keele, Leicester, Sunderland, and maybe East Anglia. I don't actually know. And my UCAT was, in today's terms, 1,850. 2240 band 2 is very good. Sunderland will consider 1,800 in the UCAT, yes. I'm not too sure about dentistry. I'm the wrong guy to ask. If you want any help as well, we're live on YouTube, guys. Live on YouTube. Any help you want, have a chat with me on there. Bio with Bryn on YouTube. Oh yeah, I applied to Cardiff as well. Yeah, Cardiff I applied to. Yeah, I'm actually in a society right now. I think I might join the Orthopedic Society, but I used to be in chess club, but I don't really do many societies. Don't really do many. For Keel specification personal statement, read the advice they have online. There is so much advice online from Keel. I watch all my videos on it. And it's all about longevity. If you want any specific help with Keel though, go to Element Tutors. I can do a few sessions with you. That's Element Tutors. Thank you for saying my page is great. Before past paper question, I mean, I did past paper questions the entire way through A levels. So that's what I did straight off the bat from year 12 onwards. I did flashcards sometimes, so a bit of Anki, and I also did blurting as well with friends. 990 Bantu score. Wait for the actual scores to come out, and then I'll tell you it's a good score. Right now, that's an average score, but I imagine it's going to be a better than average score. So it is a good score, yes. Best book for med supercurriculars, you want to read Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. I also recommend The Brain by David Elgerman. I recommend Immune by Philip Detmer. I recommend Bad Farmer by Ben Goldacre. They're all good books. A-levels don't matter as much if you're doing postgrad. I think I can't really call it that much. Your degree and the work experience in your UCAT matters more. A-levels matter a little bit, but they like as long as you don't get like U's. If you get like B's, that's absolutely fine. Anything below 900 and below is low. For the UCAT, I mean that's average, so make that what you will. I wouldn't say I agree though. Yeah, 230 band 3 is a good score for medicine, yeah. 48 Laws of Power. I've read that book. It's a good book. It won't really help you get into medicine, but it is a good book. If anyone wants to have a chat live on YouTube as well, we are live streaming right now. Bio with Bryn on YouTube. I want to get some people talking. What do I think of health anxiety? Yeah, it's a bad thing. Like, yeah, don't know what's the comment. What's up? I want to specialize in medical education. Be a teacher. Guys, we need some people on the YouTube live. Yeah, you'd be a doctor, but like you do medical education on the side. So as an actual doctor, I'm not too sure what I want to specialize in yet. I like teaching. That's why I want to teach. Can't really comment what uni I go, but you can probably figure it out, man. Guys, let's get some people on the live stream on YouTube as well. I want to do some interviews. We need some. I need some clips. We've got someone on the live. I'm third year. So how long, like overall? You're in for 5 years. Today, I was in for from. I got there at 7 o'clock, and I left at 4 o'clock. So 7 till 4. Um, once probably not because band 4 is like, yeah, band 4 might hold you back there, Harris, man. Yeah, these long days. Today was a long, especially, but yeah, the days are long. 7 o'clock till 4 o'clock today. It was an early morning start. Okay, we got a question on the YouTube live. How do you handle with stress and maintain balance in your life? Hit out the gym. I go spa most days. Like, yeah, just don't deep it, man. Don't deep it. I was a UCAT. I was at the UCAT ages ago. My UCAT, I flopped it. I was getting like today's terms, it'd be like I'm getting like 2,100 average on the Medify, and then I flopped it a bit and got like 1,900 on the actual day. Do you want to join the live if you want? We're on YouTube. I can invite you over here. We can talk through it if you want. We can do a bit of role playing if you want this. Someone's asked, how do you answer the question, why do you want to be a doctor? So honestly, this is best off if we do like a role play on the YouTube. If anyone wants to join, answering that question though, you got to talk about. Just be honest, I suppose. Talk about the things you mentioned in your personal statement if you want to be a doctor, and also talk about don't belittle other roles of medicine. I would say is the key thing behind it. Reading personal statements. Yeah, join the live stream. You can turn your camera off and I can read any personal statements. We can talk through any personal statements. I'm live on YouTube. We can have a chat for personal statements there if you want them to get read. Can you do foundation with a 5 in English? I think you can, yeah. I think you can. I'm not entirely sure though. I'm not great about foundation, Med. We might be getting a caller on YouTube talking about how why do you want to be a doctor? Employment problem in NHS be solved soon. Hopefully. Hopefully. Probably not though. In mechanisms, okay, I'd like you to go on to Chemrevise and then go on to the mechanism spreadsheet and just blurt that, learn the entire thing and learn every mechanism. And then you'll be fine from there. But the thing with mechanisms are so simple because the curly arrows, like arrows always start where there are a lot of electrons. Okay. So arrows are the directions of electrons. So always think that. And they end where there are lower levels of electrons. Okay. If someone say my college makes me use online flashcards, everybody else to so helpful. Yeah, online flashcards are the way to go. Oh, we have a caller as well. Okay. Hello, bro.
Hi.
Hi. So, what question are we going over?
No, I just wanted to ask if you could read my personal statement.
Personal statement stuff. You don't want to do any interview questions?
I do, but I just wanted to know how do you answer the question, why do you want to be a doctor? Because that's kind of difficult.
Okay, no worries. So why do you want to be a doctor? Okay, we can talk through it. I won't read it now because of personal reasons, and this is live. So, why do you want to be a doctor? What you need to answer then is you need to know the roles of a doctor. Okay, so write all the roles of a doctor down. So give me some roles of a doctor. You think what roles of a doctor do you know? So what does a doctor have? Tell me so.
Diagnoses people, takes care of the patient and other aspects of their life, make sure that when they go home they can take care of themselves.
Good.
Like
what about skills? What skills do doctors have?
They have to be confident. They have to be able to work as a team. Have to be resilient.
Good.
Understanding, empathetic.
So you've listed loads of these things, okay? So I assume many of these skills you've listed you resonate with. So let's say empathy is a really common one. People say, I want to be a doctor because I want to be empathetic, I want to help people. Great. So you need to say, basically, what intrigued you to medicine? A lot of the time, people open with an anecdote, which is a personal story. So you don't have to share that online. But if you have a personal story that related to medicine, that's fine. For example, for me, I once helped so I was a lifeguard and someone had an epileptic fit and I jumped in and saved her. That was my personal story for medicine. So I said it felt rewarding helping her. So I was descriptive. I said a year ago I noticed someone had an epileptic fit, so I jumped in the pool and saved her. I administered the first aid that I was taught. It felt very rewarding knowing that I had helped save someone's life. Then I said, a really important skill in medicine is, and then I said, for example, remembering your training or confidence. Okay. So I said, I showed confidence in this scenario by taking the lead and delegating the roles to other members of the team. Teamwork and confidence is really important in medicine because, and then say, why is teamwork and confidence important in medicine? As you've just said, you're going to be working in a team. You need to be confident because there's going to be different patients every day. You're going to get shouted at by patients. So you need to show the examiner you know the skills of a doctor and know why they're important. If you're kind of struggling with the skills of a doctor, you need to be going on to something called the GMC's Guide to Good Medical Practice, and it will tell you the roles of a doctor there. So I'd say with the first question, you want to talk about personal motivation. So if you have an anecdote, great. If you don't, just try and really think back to why you want to study medicine. When did it all happen? Talk about the roles of a doctor and why you're attracted towards studying medicine. And then say why you have them roles, okay? That's what you need to be doing for the first one.
Yeah, I have a personal anecdote, but I just don't know if it's good enough, but I don't mind saying it here.
there is no such thing as a bad personal anecdote. It is personal to you. Okay, this is online and it'll get posted on TikTok, but if you're happy with that, please tell us your personal
Yeah,
anecdote.
that's fine. Like basically one day at church, like basically we're not allowed to leave the church premises because insurance doesn't cover anything outside, and if you get hurt, then like it's your fault. So a group of boys left the church premises to go and like play outside, and then they were playing around, and one of the boys like threw a stick, but the stick had glass stuck in it, and he threw it at the boy's eye, and obviously he scratched his eye, and the glass went in his eye. And then like he was scared of getting in trouble, so he told the whole group of boys to lie and say, oh, let's say that we were doing a race and you fell over and scratched your eye.
Okay.
So they came back and I saw his eye was like hurt, and I was like, why, what happened? And he lied to me and said, oh, I was doing a race and I fell over. Then one of the boys pulled me aside and told me what actually happened. And then like I faced the decision, because like, do I snitch on my friend or do I like keep it a secret? But like at the end I decided to tell the truth. And like when he went to the hospital, the doctors actually said there was glass in his eye and he could have lost his vision.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so that's my personal anecdote.
That's a great anecdote. How's that a bad one? That's a better one than mine. Okay,
Well,
this is absolutely brilliant anecdote because so you have so many skills here. I'd like you to write these down. First of all, you had something called duty of well, not duty of candor, but you had something. So basically, you had to like, how do I word this? You had to show integrity is the key word. So write that down, integrity. So when like you saw this happen, you showed that you were integral. You did what is right. Like it was hard to write on your friends and mention this in a personal statement. Say, whilst I came across like the emotional dilemma of telling my friends off, I had to show integrity and do what was right. With this, I kept the boys the boys' health as a paramount. This is similar to how the NHS treat patients as the primary source. Like patients are the number one priority in the NHS. So mention that. You need to also mention then, like, describe what happened as you just did then, and how do you feel? Okay, say how you felt. So say like I was absolutely shocked when this happened. I wanted to care for him, like I did this. I was very alarmed when like I saw like blood, etc. Knowing my skills from like whatever, I called an ambulance or did whatever I could. I like my intuition said it was worse than falling over, and I wanted to look after, like I wanted to help him in the hospital. I was. Did you go to the hospital with him?
no, later like he thanks me for telling the truth
Oh,
because he
okay,
had
yeah. So,
surgery.
so did paramedics come?
No, he went to the hospital to an eye
Okay,
doctor,
no
and then
worries.
they, yeah.
So say like he was later taken to the hospital, and it felt incredibly rewarding afterwards when he thanked me and said that his healthcare was his health condition was improving a lot. Um, I feel like I felt very responsible, and it felt rewarding that I helped. No, look after this boy and let him keep his vision. And
Yeah.
then I would say, tag on the end, whilst medicine isn't always about saving people's lives every day, the idea of being able to help someone is what motivates me to want to study medicine. Something along those lines. So, like something very natural about reward, and you like it. Okay. I really recommend saying something along those lines. And it really matches the description you've given of helping someone, being personal like that. Okay. So be descriptive. Say your emotions, reflect. If you don't know how to reflect, use a 3 Watts model, and then say how it felt at the end, and then say why you like it, and then say the roles of a doctor. So, the rewarding feeling, for example, or the complexity of health, or like saving people's lives, and then why you like, why you have an affinity to that role. Okay, that's what you should do.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Great reflection, though. Yeah, make sure you learn how to reflect. 3 Watts model. Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
no worries. See you soon.
Bye.
Okay, that was a live caller, guys, on the YouTube. Gonna read through the comments now. What country am I studying in? The UK. If you don't take maths, you don't have to take maths for dentistry. No, this is absolutely anything right now. On the live just then, that was personal statement help. If anyone wants help with personal statements or interviews, join on the live. Bio with Bryn on YouTube. We can talk through things. I'm gonna make another video of doctors and nurses because that one's a bit outdated. 178, a good UCAS score, and it's not the best. I regret doing medicine sometimes a little bit. Kasim, man. You know everything you need to know. Top unis do prefer things like physics and maths. I'd say Oxbridge do. Yeah. If anyone wants to join the live as well, Bio with Bryn. Kasim, hop on the live. If you've got any questions, Bio with Bryn on YouTube. 1760 you can apply to medicine with, so you can still apply. I don't think you can apply to medicine with DDD and then AA. You have to get AAA. Basically, the UCAT decimals go down a little bit towards the end of the year, so the UCAT will be the same. I imagine the UCAT decimals are going to be the same. 1720 you can still apply, yeah. The UCAT decimals won't change that much, though. Honestly, it always goes up and down. A good UCAT score, I would say, is 1950 or more. Like that would get you offers, like a few offers, but anything less isn't terrible. 201, yeah, that UCAT's fine for Kiel, man. If you're applying for healthcare degree, just go into it with your heads up. It's a good place to find interview prep. Okay, I'm going to give you some free options, and then I'm going to give you some other options. So, Ali Abdal on YouTube, Karma Medic on YouTube, and there's like loads of other YouTubers. If you want one-to-one sessions, Element Tutors offers one-to-one sessions as well. I can give you one-to-one sessions, but Ali Abdal for free, Karma Medic for free. I use them only. They're amazing. And also these live streams on YouTube. If you want any help with personal statement with interviews, I'm going to be doing so many live streams. No, I didn't do graduate entry medicine. I did undergraduate. I got 2,900 in the UCAT. Sorry, 1,900. A good UCAT score is about 1,950. Anyone wants to chat about interviews or personal statements, I'm live on YouTube. Bio with Bryn. How do you join the live? Here you go. Use this link, my friend. We get another live caller, I think. Well, GCSE, they've got 3 9s, 3 8s, and 3 7s. I would apply for your interviews when you receive your applications. It depends. If you have a really, really, really strong application, I would apply for them beforehand because I prepare for interviews beforehand because you'll probably get interview offers. If you have a weaker application, I wouldn't spend loads of time doing it. Good UCAT course for, I don't really know too much about graduate entry medicine and UCAT scores. I prefer PassMed. I prefer PassMed to QuesMed. It's free, isn't it? 2,000 gives you a strong application. If you have a UCAS score of 2,000, I would recommend you study for interviews before you get any offers. A-level bio and chem get very difficult towards the end. A-level chemistry especially. Maybe not A-level biology, but A-level chemistry is really hard at the end. Really, really tough. Year 13 is tough. A-level chemistry. 2,000 is a strong application and score, yes. Yep, I can look at personal statements. If you want one-on-one tutoring, go to Element Tutors. If you want to do it for free, come onto the YouTube Live and we can talk through things like personal statements. Someone's asked on the live stream on YouTube, when do you find out if you have an offer and when do interviews usually take place? You find out if you have an offer generally between November to April. Most people will hear it in like December and January. Interviews take place between them. With the UCAT, you should prepare for 2 months, 2 hours a day for 2 months. I did flashcards and I used Anki. Oh, we have another caller. Let me answer these questions. I'm going to get the caller on stage. What's up, bro? We've got a caller on YouTube. Hello. I can't hear you, bro. Peter, man, speak. We have a caller on YouTube right now. Go back to TikToks for the time being. Biochem business isn't a coward choice of med. No, it's a good choice of medicine. I back it. A-level Biochem, I recommend Element. Well, my channel, Bio with Bryn, I've made a few videos, but if you want other channels, I recommend Elliot Rintoul for A-level chemistry. I recommend Allery Chemistry for chemistry, and I recommend Primrose Kitten.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, bro. Hello. We've got a caller on YouTube. What's up, man?
Sorry. I had to switch my microphone.
No worries, bro. How can I help?
I was just wondering if you could read my personal statement. Is that all right?
Yeah, man. I mean, do you want me to read it on the live stream? How do you want me to go about? How about you email it me now, and I can give it a read and give you some feedback.
Yeah, I'll email it to you just because
email's
it's on my school account, so I just need to.
No worries, man. My email is brinshooters@gmail.com, all one word. Yeah.
All
Give
right,
me an email and we'll talk through it.
Do you think you could just pop it into the chat here on the thing?
You want to pop it into this chat? I mean, people might copy it.
The StreamYard one, just because I muted the other one, just because it was like.
Oh yeah, bet. I'll do that now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you alright that you're on live as well, man?
Yeah, no. Thank you.
Okay, cool. I've put my email in the chat. There you go. Send it over. Let me know if it's been sent. I'll read it and we'll talk through it. 210 Band 2, where to apply? 210 Band 2, you can apply for two. I apply for 2 competitive unis and 2 safe unis. I've made videos on safe unis. Yeah, A-levels biochem psych. You can do that. I don't know safe unis for graduate entry medicine. There's not a lot of research out there on that as well. Let me know when you've sent the thing, bro. I'll give it a read.
Yeah, just send it now. Obviously, it's like it's got like the review mode on it as well. So like there are like the things that are cancelled out and some.
Yeah, no worries. I'll probably open a Google Doc and just make. Here we go. Yeah. Right, guys, we're reading personal statements on the live stream.
I took out the questions just so I could do the
no worries.
word count.
What's Xavier? Why is it making me do this, man? Bro, it's not your link. Can you download it? Can you send it as a download instead? It's making me sign into something instead of like a link.
Yeah. Let me try.
Can you put it onto a Google Doc? That'd be ideal.
Yeah, let me do that.
Cheers, bro.
It's probably like a school thing because it's
How do you speak on my live? Join. Use this link if you want to join the live, and I can invite you on there. We're live on YouTube. Bio with Bryn. Yeah, I think your school protects it, man. So that's why.
Yeah, let me just copy it and then.
Liverpool, Sheffield are competitive picks. Yeah, go for them too. They're good for your UCAS score as well. Chem, maths, physics, good combo. Yeah, you don't actually need biology for med school. Yep, you can get into medicine and dentistry with those grades. You need 6s in maths and English though. If you've got 6s in those, you are chilling.
All right. Save.
Don't worry about the competition, man. You know, you can worry all your life. You're gonna be fine. 1960 band 3 dental possible. Not too sure about dentistry. Definitely is possible for medicine. So dentistry, I wouldn't say it's any different. So yeah, I'd do that. Yeah, they don't care about GCSEs that much though, man. So don't worry about people getting straight 9s.
All right, I sent it.
All right, thank you. We're reading personal statements now. On Google Docs, yeah?
Yeah. Did it come up? I don't know if I saved it.
Yeah. It's come up. Do I have editing rights? Can you go to the top right? Drive. Yeah, I need editing rights though, man.
How do I do that?
So like go onto the Google Doc and then go onto the top right and then do share and then just send to Bryn. Do you do that before?
Skip,
Top right, share, and then do.
Oh
send to
yeah,
Brent.
okay. So do I just add your email?
Yeah, and then just put brentutors@gmail.com, but then allow me to edit as well.
All right, I think I did it.
You did that before?
No, I just did it now.
Oh, come on, right. I'll wait for
I
that.
didn't even give it a name to the document.
No worries, bro. No worries. Okay, perfect. Right. Okay, guys. Let's give this a read then. So, surrounded by the physiotherapists, surgeons, and nurses. Good. It's the capacity, professional dedication. Yeah, good. This final experience of representation as performance in rugby. Okay, so this bit here, don't really need it. You know, like with. So first of all, like with a personal statement, the anecdote's good.
Yeah.
Maximum 2 sentences. You don't need like. So my argument here is, what's this providing? Like nothing. It's not adding anything new, is it really? Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good. Good. So demoralizing. Re-enter this world. Good. And emulate the case. Show me. Good. Yes. So then I would say, good. Yeah. So you're fascinated by that. Good, yeah, and you've not belittled anything. Okay, so I'm gonna just make some messy notes if that's okay. So
Yeah,
things you need to add here: roles of a doctor. So say the roles you saw. Okay, say how you have these roles, and then also reflect. Okay, 3 Watts models. You need to so say like, I reflected upon like observing this and learned that. Okay, so the 3 Watts model basically says what happened, so what, now what. So you say something like, what, I tore my ACL, so what, I saw the surgeons work together in the MDT. So use that word MDT. Do you know what MDT means?
Yeah.
Good to use that word. Okay, keyword, buzzword, always use buzzwords. So say I saw the MDT work together, etc. That's a so what, now what. I realized the importance of teamwork. I have teamwork by playing rugby. Do you see we can include the rugby bit now?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and let's say, I have teamwork through being, I don't know, the captain on my rugby team. Teamwork is important in medicine because there's many healthcare professionals working together, such as the radiologists, such as the orthopedic surgeons who I saw, who obviously who I all respect, linking it in together. And say like teamwork is important in medicine because it ultimately, like, people working together as a team helps the patient outcome become a best, as seen first case in my own scenario, something like that. Okay,
All
and then
right.
I would have a nice one-liner at the end saying like the evidence-based care I received was fascinating and and motivates me to want to study medicine, or motivates me to want to be a part of that, something along those lines. Yeah. Okay, right. I'm already skimming over the studying bit. For paragraph 2, never talk about A levels. Okay, I'm saying that now. Let's give it a read. My studies for the medicine, the heart and biology. Okay. So yeah, that's not bad. Okay, the first one's good. You can probably cut it down a bit and just say like, I mean, yeah, that's fine so far. Olympiads, yeah, that's fine. 1 sentence is okay on that. So I will probably, yeah, actually that's fine. Yeah, this is I like how like you've made a story kind of like a chronological sense. That's good.
Yeah, I don't know if it was in reality very chronological, but I just had to sort of phrase it that way.
That's good. It's good. It's good. So with paragraph 2, you've talked a lot about a few things, whereas like you can probably go into detail with, okay, with paragraph 2, have you done any teaching before at school, like in the years below, or if you do run a society?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that a little bit further down, but like not much.
So mention teaching a lot. So skills you have from teaching.
Yeah.
What you did, how it felt, why teaching is important in medicine. Okay, say that.
Yeah.
Right. We'll leave that for now. You need to talk more about teaching though. Like a lot of this is kind of, it feels waffly. Like, to be honest, the second paragraph should be the shortest. In personal statements, the second paragraph should be the shortest. I'm just gonna reply to some TikTok stuff real quick, bro, just so I can keep both streams going.
Yeah.
2 seconds. Don't know the radiography requirements. They're pretty low though, from what I know. I've asked for Gem. I've made a video on that.
Safe Unis, I've made a video on that as well. Kiel, Plymouth, Sunderland, loads of them like that. Any online webinars I can do for you, Ben, as a year 11, 12. I run so many on Element Tutors, but nobody turns up to them. So I've kind of stopped doing that. No one turns up to my Element Tutor ones, so I've stopped doing them ones. But they were free and only 4 people turned up, which is a shame. Okay, back on the personal statement help. Okay, so we talked about teaching. You need to mention teaching. This one is also so other things you should mention in this one then, like societies you run. Talk also about like balancing like life, etc., and why it's important. Okay, let's continue with this one then. So I'll definitely try. I don't know where, but I could obviously not have the time to read all of it, but cut out a bulk of this because you don't need all of it. I'll definitely keep the EPQ bit. Maybe like the first bit to do with the cardiac arrest simulation bit's cool, but the first sentence, for example, like maybe you can get rid of that. Like it doesn't really provide that much. You can say like I am interested in emergency medicine cardiology. Through this, I watched and then talk about that. I would say like the biology and chemistry Olympiad bit you can probably remove. The organic synthesis bit you can probably remove. And then you can just say the focus of my EPQ is AI in medicine, and then talk about that. Okay. So I do that, and then I mention teaching and talk about it like life balance. But and then all this stuff to do with like the UCL lecture. Good. It's really good. You're intrigued. Keep it short though. You don't have to talk loads about like you can just say like, I watched a lecture from UCL about cancer care. It was about cancer care and the implications ultra processed food has on patients with cancer. I was intrigued by like how dangerous these are. Something like that. Yeah. It's like this here, like seemingly harmless emulsifiers of food can lead to cycles of inflammation in which I believe to lead to cancer. Like it shows you understand it, but it doesn't really add to like the key thing in personal statements. Answer the question, like what skill is basically the question is what skills have you learned in school? Like talking about harmless emulsifiers isn't a skill. The skill you've learned is research skills and curiosity. So if you think like don't talk loads about your EPQ because it's about the skills. So that's the key thing then. So skills. So EPQs teaches you things like research. And then say why research is important in medicine. Okay. So why is research important in medicine? Say why. Okay. Good. Right. Question 3 then. To gain further insight into that. So that's what you should be doing. The key thing is answer the question. Do you see kind of how like you haven't answered the question everywhere in that one?
Yeah.
You know, talking about like obviously it's very interesting. It shows you're interested, but that's not what the question's asking. The question's asking what skills have you done what skills have you got in school to help you study medicine?
Yeah.
This one here, why are you into like what have you done outside of school? Show an interest or personal interest at the first question. Maybe talk about it there if you want to. Okay. You don't need this first bit because that's using the question. Okay, I shadowed the GP. Actually, you know, we'll keep it for now, but you can remove this bit. I saw communication and empathy. So a better word to use in communication is adaptive communication. If you don't know what that is, Google it. You need to mention adaptive communication in your personal statement. And then remember, be descriptive. So many people use the word adaptive communication and don't know what it means. Adaptive communication is being able to communicate differently depending on the patient you're talking to. If I'm talking to a little kid, I'm going to use a high-pitched voice. If I'm talking to you, you're the same age as me about, I'm going to speak to you normally. If I'm talking to an elderly person, I might speak slower and louder, okay? That's adaptive communication. Describe it, because they don't know that you know that, okay? Right. Clinical knowledge. One patient with seasonal affective disorder. Good. Benefit greatly from the GP's effective listening. Okay, so these things here. Choose one of them. Don't talk about 2. Choose one. I'll choose the latter, but either or. So choose it and then describe what happened. So say what happened in the consultation. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Say how you felt. Say the skills you saw. Say why they are important. Say how you have them. Okay. You want to show that you're going to stick with medicine. Let's talk about nonverbal communication. Yes, good. Nonverbal communication is important as normal communication. Good. So that is adaptive communication. So like you've said, the GP's body language is an empathetic approach. What did the GP do to show this body language? So they probably leaned in, changed their tone, handed the box of tissues. Be descriptive, okay? It shows you, it just shows you know it. Okay, this experience showed me that medicine is not only about individuals, but about trust-based relationships. Another good word for that is rapport. Okay, you heard of that term before?
Yeah.
Good. So use it. Yeah, buzzwords. I want to see buzzwords. Expanded on my farmer. Oh, good. Well, that's really interesting. Okay. Good, yeah, really good. Really good. Maybe add a reflection here about time you remember.
All right, yeah.
All about reflection. Okay, the 3 watts model. That's the reflection you want to be using. TikTok Live, I'm almost done with this personal statement. During the hospitals. Okay, so question: why have you suddenly mentioned the hospital at the end? Surely that's the most important thing. So get
I
this to
don't
the
know.
front. Okay.
It was more because I think I'd written this before, like I've written the first bit before I did the hospital, so I went and just added it on in the end.
No worries. Yes, like I said, we've lost kind of this sense of importance. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, this is definitely something you should mention. Maybe even at the start of it.
Right. Yeah.
Like they like stuff like this, and the reason I like it, not because you're listing skills, not because you've been to a hospital, because you can reflect on it really well. So, have you reflected here? So I can't lie. What you're doing here, man, is you're listing. So you've kind of said hospital, didn't develop it. Volunteer, didn't talk much about it. GP, didn't talk much about it. These are good, but you need to cut out loads of your second paragraph because
Yeah.
in comparison to like voluntary work, hospital work, GP work, this has nothing on it. Okay, so cut out loads of your second paragraph. You need minimum of 350 characters in your second paragraph, so that's basically nothing. And then talk way more about this. So look, you volunteered at adult day center. What did you do at this day center? Okay, so you need to say. So I'd say, what did you do? Skills, importance, all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, don't end it. Why I should be a doctor because they don't owe you anything. Why I am motivated to study medicine, something along those lines, or why it'll be a privilege to be a doctor, something like that. Yeah, it's a nice ending. I like an ending like that. People often forget an ending. That's nice. Okay, so yeah, and that's everything. But the key thing is reflection. 3 watts model, and you don't list. Okay, if you just ignore your word count for the time being, but you have some great experiences at the end. So do not list them. Talk about them in detail. Reflect upon them. Say how you felt, what you saw. Be descriptive. And say the skills you saw, why they're important in medicine, and how you have them. And really home in on the why is it important in medicine bit. If you don't know, go to the Cheap Secret Medical Practice. Ask ChatGPT. There's loads of guidance out there, yeah?
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
perfect, man. Happy with that? You've got
Yeah,
access to it, yeah?
that was great. Thank you.
No worries. You need more help. I'm live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
All right. Thanks so much.
All right, see you later, bro.
See you.
Okay, back on TikTok ones now. You want personal statement reading? Join the live stream. Bio with Bryn on live on YouTube. You do need work experience in med school. But yeah, I've been helping people out on the YouTube live. Join if you want some help. How many hours did you revise for A levels? Number of hours in class, number of hours out of class. So I did about 15 hours a week in first year. If you want any help, join the live on YouTube. Bio with Bryn. We'll have one more call, then I might call it a night. Yeah, that is work experience, but you need work experience in med school, but it doesn't have to be clinical work experience. You don't. So, what do you mean medical work experience? Like clinical, you don't need clinical work experience. You need relevant experience, though, like a weekend job, or you need something to back you. If you want any help with anything, join on the YouTube live. We've been helping people over there. Yep, 1870 band 200, so you can get in with that. A good personal statement answers the question. Yeah, firstly, answer the question. They talk about the roles of a doctor. They talk about how they have them roles, and they talk about why it is important in medicine. Minimum decile for Den. I would say you want to aim for the top 4 deciles, but there's no minimum really. Volunteering at stores is absolutely fine. You don't need clinical things. Oh, we have another caller on YouTube. Hello.
Hi,
Hiya, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How can I help?
Can you read my personal statement?
Yep. Send it. My email's in the chat. Send it over, and we'll give it a read. This is the last one of the night, so you just caught good timing.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Right.
No
okay.
worries. Right, we're doing the last personal statement of the night, guys, on YouTube. Bio with Bryn. Yeah, can you have it on a Google Doc as well, please? It just makes it way easier to edit. So talk about the roles of a doctor. Okay. The personal statement says, in the first question, why do you want to study medicine? You need to mention the roles of a doctor and how you have them. So if you don't mention what the roles of a doctor are in a personal statement, they're going to think you have no idea what you're going into. So you need to say something along the lines of like, I worked in a care home and noticed how caring that the doctor was to the patients. Empathy is a really important skill in medicine because it makes patients trust you and tell them about their medical issues. I have empathy because, and then say it like that. You need to show roles of a doctor, okay? Medicine versus dentistry, they're about the same. Like, dentistry is a little bit harder, but not that much harder. Not that much harder. And you have to kind of like tailor your personal statement one way or another. So yeah, choose one or the other. UCAT of 1870 band 2. Check my video on lower UCAT unis. Although that is a fine UCAT, I would apply for low UCAT unis.
Can I send it to you as a Word document? Because it's not letting me send it.
Yes. No worries. Try a Word document. Sometimes it doesn't work as a Word document, but we'll just see how it goes.
Sorry.
That's all right. Is volunteering helping disabled children a good experience? It's a brilliant experience. Great. 190 band 3. That's a low. Actually, no, it's not too low of a UCAT. Band 3 sits back a little bit, but you can apply to 2 ambitious universities and 2 safe ones. Okay. Sometimes senior tutors aren't specializing in medical applications, so I would sway away from their advice somewhat. The actual medical personal statement advice does say you need to know about the roles of a doctor, because if you don't mention the roles of a doctor, they're going to assume you don't know the roles of a doctor and you haven't done your research. Don't include A-levels in personal statement. No, never include A-levels in personal statements. They don't want to hear it. I've got a few more questions that I'll come over to you. How much work experience did you do? About 2 weeks, I would say, and then do voluntary. GCSEs matter. They matter somewhat, not a lot though. Second year workload, I just studied every day for a little bit. Queen Mary is realistic, yes. Okay, I told you to send it off then. Not much you can do about that. I don't think that's great advice they gave you, but who knows? Okay, let's do this. Edit with Google Docs. I'm going to edit with Google Docs, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Can you access this as well? Share. I'm going to share it with you as well. So let's get your email. You have a cool surname. Right, there you go. Edit to send. Share anyway. There you go. Right, let's give this a read. Then why don't we? Okay, we're reading some things on the live YouTube. Bio with Bryn on YouTube. If you want your personal statement getting read, come and join. My illness is okay. Healthcare isn't just about your ability to recall procedures. Okay, right off the bat, are you on the document with me? Hello.
Hello?
Hello, are you on the document with me or not?
It says I've got to request access.
Okay, no worries. Let me just see if I can do that really quickly. Here you go. Request access. Share. There you go. Requested access. I've given you access. You want it now? Perfect. There you are. Right off the bat then, you've said a really good opening. Good. Be descriptive. What happened, okay? You got to actually describe what happened. So that's part of reflection. So actually say what happened in a scenario, okay? And then say healthcare isn't about your value. Okay, good. Okay, yeah, good. Great. But just say be descriptive, okay? Good with that bit? Okay, I saw long-term relationships and care provided that medicine is just okay, good. Good. Perfect. Really good second paragraph. Good. Okay, good. I like these buzzwords. With these bits here, though, you can, this is good. I'd mention something. So remember, good, but you need to answer the question. So why do you want to study medicine? So you need to end paragraph saying like, you know, this skill is something I have and I felt this way when this happened, which is why I want to study medicine. Something along those lines, okay? So I remember for me, it was like saving someone who was drowning, and I said like the feeling of responsibility is motivating me to study medicine. Something along those lines, okay? Okay, so we teacher, that's my skills. Good. I'll be honest with you here. You're doing something called listing. You're kind of just saying skills. You have loads and loads and loads of great work experience. Do not list though. Go into detail. And I know that word count might be an issue here, so we'll talk a bit more about that. But never, ever, ever listing your personal statement. You need to be descriptive. So you've said you're going to use adaptive communication, adaptive communication styles. How did you do this? So, for example, if it is a child, I'd like you to answer this, please. If it is a child, how would you adapt your communication skills? Hey,
Sorry, can you hear me?
if it is a child, how will you adapt your communication skills?
So obviously crouching down to their level, speaking a bit slower, not using
Yeah.
big words.
Great, yeah, high tone. Okay, so then say that then. So you said I used adaptive communication. How did you do it? I used a high tone. I used this. Why did you do it? Because it's children will listen more and engage more. Why is adaptive communication important in medicine? Because you're going to meet a diverse range of patients from all ages, backgrounds, ethnicities, and language barriers. Say that then, okay?
Okay.
You need, yeah, but perfect. Like instead of just, do you see what I mean? How with listing, you've kind of just
Yeah.
like five really, really good, four really good experiences. The first one's fine because it doesn't have to be long, but to be a bit descriptive. But with these experiences, don't just list. Go into more detail. Say the skill you saw, why it's important in medicine, what you did, and then why you want to study medicine from that. So, for example, for skills here, you could say like being able to use adaptive communication skills every day in a clinical setting in order to help people's medical conditions improve is what really motivates me to want to study medicine. You're linking it to the question. Answer the question, okay? Good stuff though. Your backbone's really good here. Okay, qualifications. My levels. Okay, EPQ good. CRISPR good. Yeah, perfect. Skill I improved on me because yeah, good. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah. Really good. I like that. I like how you weaved in the book as well. Okay, good first paragraph. Okay, yeah, by Richard Dawkins. How is that book? Was it good?
It kind of gave me a bit of a mental breakdown at the end because,
Yeah,
well,
Richard Dawkins is an interesting guy. Showing that evolution principle. Yep, I was completely. Okay, so I would say here, this is good. Mate, so then. Actually, no, ignore me. I'm going to carry on reading this one. I was going to. Okay, good. Right. Remember what I'm going to say. Answer the question. What
Okay.
skills? So good stuff you've done, but you're listing. You've had 2 books you've read. Great. What skills did the question is how the qualifications are studied to help you prepare for this course subject? Like, what have you learned from doing this? So what? This is good. 100%. This is brilliant. And you've said you're showing you're doing things that a medical student would do. Great. Add a sentence at the end though, saying like something along the lines of what skills have you learned? So maybe it'll be a bit more difficult for this one, but at least for like the first paragraph, say skills you've learned. So definitely research is one of them. Okay. You must mention EPQ helps you with research. Okay. So say about research and then why is research important in medicine? Say why it's important in medicine. Okay.
Okay.
So, for example, like medicine's a constantly evolving field. Doctors are expected to research. Medical students are expected to research. You need to keep up to date on evidence-based medicine, things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I like this final one here is really good as well. Second paragraph, absolutely fine. Don't change any of it. Just add the things I've said.
All right. Okay.
Okay, I launched a podcast. You've done a podcast. So
Yeah.
have you done one? Oh, amazing! Wow, really, really good. Why don't you name the podcast? I might give it a look. I'd name it in here. I personally
Okay.
would drop
So,
it. I mean, don't be embarrassed of it. Yeah, be proud of it. Yeah, name a podcast called "Focus on Her." Yeah, I mean, Flipping heck, that is good. Really, really good. I've never met a student who's done something that good. And I teach a lot of students personal statements on my website. Really, really good. You're seeing this, guys. We're having students over here making podcasts for the personal statement. This is the stuff you need to be doing, making podcasts, okay? This is what stands out to universities. Research, getting published, podcasts. This is the kind of research stuff you need to be doing. Honestly, really, really, really good stuff. I'm showing you off to TikTok Live. Okay, so we made a podcast. Great. So yeah, name it. They'll definitely, they will 100% like give it a watch. This, like, the thing is, they read hundreds of personal statements a day. Podcast is something that's, it's like, wow, stands out a lot.
Okay.
Met Ved. Let's go to medicine. It's hard to give don't really see what the second sentence is getting at, but you know, it doesn't matter. Conduct component skills and my whole best. I'm doing account. Okay, good. Okay, this is what I like. One occasion, a resident with dementia, etc. Like, I won't go into details, not to share your personal statement, people, but like, have you seen what you've done here? You've been descriptive. So the thing when you're being descriptive is it's part of reflection, and it shows you're not lying. Anyone can just say, "Oh, I went to a care home," but look what you've said. You've given genuine experience and reflection. Okay, tone and approach, learning the value of. Okay, so you don't need to. By the way, everything I said about adaptive communication earlier, ignore it because you've included it here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, patient-centered care, great. So I would consider mentioning a holistic approach to care, biopsychosocial approach to care. So mention them words, they're key buzzwords. Biopsychosocial means you're considering their biological, psychological, and social aspect. So say, how did you consider them? How will this impact his or her family, his or her social life? Can they still work a job, etc., etc.? Okay. Just really quickly, I noticed one thing. You said someone with dementia. In medicine, we don't say that anymore. We say living with, because we shouldn't define people by their conditions.
Okay.
It just sounds better. And yeah, like, you don't say someone is cancer, you say someone is living with cancer. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Good. Yeah, good. I'll then talk about meaningful communication, calm under pressure. Okay, good. I'd also maybe consider mentioning why it's important in medicine. So something along the lines of communication is important in medicine because why is communication important in medicine? Communication is important in medicine because you form strong rapport with patients. Patients trust you. Trust in the NHS is important, and yeah, at least a good diagnosis. Okay, good. Yeah, really good. I like this one a lot. I like that one a lot. I believe experience Oh yeah, 100%. I like this ending as well. Okay, a few key things. I'm going to make some bullet points, and I'm going to call it a night for the live stream because I want to go to the gym. So we need to I'd get some mention. So I would put some of paragraph 1 into 3. Paragraph 1 and 3 are very similar in nature. Okay, so you kind of should put some of paragraph 1 into paragraph 3. I would then also just all the suggestions I've made, do it. Just reflect. If you don't know what reflection is, use the 3 what's model. So this is basically what, so what, now what. Okay. Reflect definitely. I'll use Gibbs reflective cycle if there's no stuff on there. So Gibbs reflective cycle overall. I really like your opening. These paragraphs are fine. I'd say don't list. And it seems to me like me and you were in very similar positions when writing personal statements. Like, I had loads of things to talk about and I wanted to mention all of it, but then like you got to a point where I was like, look, just, you can't write everything. You might have to sack off some bits or talk less about them. So here, like, when you list things, they'd rather you talk about things in detail rather than just listing. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So like, if there's some part, if your word count goes over, you might have to cut some parts out, but it's not the end of the world because it's so good, some of these things. I would consider dropping the podcast thing in the first paragraph, maybe briefly, like something along the lines of like from the GP, I was inspired to make a podcast called, and like I post videos on there. Something just really brief like that, and then it catches their attention. Not that they're not going to read it to the end, but just in case, like, it just catches their attention. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely do that, and then just all of that. Apart from that, absolutely wonderful work. Yeah, really, really strong personal statement. I'd say the key thing is just and answer the question as well. if you're
Okay.
ever struggling how to prove it, just think, have I answered the question? So like we kind of go back to some of two here. Like you've learned, so like I suppose like so how is this going to help you with medicine? So then I would make a sentence there saying like, this is going to help with medicine because literally just be on the nose, answer it like that. Okay.
Okay.
And then at the end of these paragraphs, so why do you want to study medicine? Say like, this is the reason why I want to study medicine, or this skill is the reason I want to study medicine, etc. Okay.
Okay. Would you
Honestly,
say I've
absolutely personal statement.
because
Now. Go on. What's your question?
it's like Keel have their like little criteria for personal statements. Would you say that
Yes.
I've kind of hit all those points?
Okay, so the key criteria domains A and B are. Let me think. Domains A and B are know the roles of a medical student and how you have them, know the roles of a doctor and how you have them. So domains A and B are in question 1. So basically, you need to answer the roles of a medical student and do you have them? So I would like this personal statement is fantastic. I'm being critical because like I want you to do really good. You haven't taught that much about the skills of a doctor or a medical
Okay.
student. So like, let's look. So, like you said here, I see how long-term relationships strengthen care that prove medicine is just about quiet conversations. What skill? This is where reflection comes in. What skills do you see the GP use that you have, and why are these skills important? That is the Keel domain A and B. Okay, that's question 1. Domain C is for question 2, and I've completely forgot what domain. Oh, for goodness' sake, my live stream's turned off on TikTok. My phone powered off.
Gosh.
That's all right. Hopefully, it's not deleted. Domain C. Oh, that's a shame, Domain C is
It's on the top of the document if you're struggling.
I've completely forgotten. Oh, here we go. Yeah, evidence skill acquired through school, college. Yeah, that's fine. And then domain D and E. I think the key thing for D and E is say a time you have included people. So it's all about inclusion. And then finally, say a time you have volunteered. This is the key thing. A time you have gone above and beyond your role. Okay. So like when
Okay.
you're looking after this person with dementia, what did you do that the average person looking after someone with dementia wouldn't do? So do you do anything that went above and beyond your role? So not just like, I gave them tea, I fed them. Did you actually do something? Did you read in a book how to care for people with dementia? Did you apply the principles of that book? In your biochemistry club, did you notice someone was struggling? Did you stay behind in your own time after and help them? What have you done to go above and beyond your role? They love that because doctors should be doing that. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Right. That's everything then. Happy? Perfect. I'll be live on Thursdays and Mondays as well. So if you need help with that, just join the live.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Anytime. Take care.
Have a nice day.
Right. That's a wrap.